guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a topic which is very close to all of our hearts, and it's going to be interesting how this discussion goes. Today we are talking about purpose.
Yeah,
Yes.
great
Hello,
topic.
everyone.
And a huge topic, actually.
How are you feeling, girls?
Tired.
Thinking, yeah,
Stressed?
purposeful. No, kind of tired, right? I
Yeah.
think just because we try to do something about our purpose, actually, it just comes together.
It's actually very interesting. Yeah, we are all working towards a purpose right now, or what we think is our purpose right now, and we are tired, but we're still here showing up, so that's nice.
Yeah, but that shows how important it is for us.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think
It
that's
is.
the,
It really is.
that's the goal, or at least for me, it's a goal. My life goal kind of thing to be able to live my purpose, and maybe it might change over the years because I don't think you have like a purpose and it's the same purpose in 10 years or in 15 years. It can be, but it does not necessarily have to be. um, but I think already thinking of it and moving in the right direction, or in the direction which feels good at the moment,
Yeah.
that's for me personally the right direction, and that's what it's all about. Because it's not like now you are here and then you are like jumping to your purpose. It's not going to happen like this. It's a process.
Yeah, it's like a building block. Like you might have an overall purpose, but everything in between are like mini purposes that you have to
Yeah.
be at to get to your purpose, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of like, well, it can change, right? Because you change as a person over the years. And even if you have your like purpose and your bigger picture at the end, you kind of need the steps to get there, right?
Yeah.
So you just need the
Yeah.
steps in between, and they might change, but still, I mean, someone has a purpose for you, and you just have to find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's very funny how often your purpose eventually ends up being the most natural thing that you have been gifted, but have been fighting all your life anyways, right? We make such a big deal about finding our purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's kind of just natural that things that are, I mean, just your talents and your strength, that they just, well, it comes naturally to you. And so they, yeah, you kind of have the feeling your purpose somewhere combined with this, right? Because it's just
Yeah.
something that you don't have. I mean, there are also the things that you learn over time, the skills that you kind of get by learning, but what's coming natural to you is just something you're gifted with. So why not use it?
Yeah, but I think that's kind of human nature. We are always thinking it cannot be the easy thing. So the most easiest is for us, it's like, no, it's too easy. It's not this. It has to be something huge,
How can
something
it be so easy?
extraordinary, whatever. And that's
Yeah.
why it's too simple. No, it's not possible. Yeah. So
It's
this is kind of strange.
it's also like how we are told to work to improve our weaknesses rather than strengthen our strengths more, right? Like
Yeah.
it's because that mindset it can be applied to this as well because like be a little good at everything rather than use your actual strength which is really
Yeah.
good at
Yeah.
something to become something. Yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
somehow we are told to be like this.
It's like it starts from school already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If not earlier, because we are like always told to improve our weaknesses. So you get the special training when you are not good
yeah,
in mathematics, instead of like improving your singing talents or whatever
yeah,
when you are a really good singer. And
Yeah.
yeah, true.
I like,
Yeah.
there is this famous German neuroscientist, Gerald Hüther. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you know him, Tan.
Yes, Gerhard
And
Hüther.
I heard a speech from him, and he said, like, that's totally the wrong way. He just said you have to improve the strengths and not the weaknesses of children.
Yeah.
That's the way to
That's
go.
true, right?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, you just make that because the talent alone is not enough, right? You still have to work on it. If you even
Exactly.
have a good singer and dancer, you have to work on the
So you have
technique. You
to.
have to, yeah.
Practice has
It's
to
helping
happen.
you. Yeah, it's what builds up, right?
Yeah.
And so you just need to strengthen what you're already good at. And well, it's also something just for how you look at yourself. Yeah, you just feel better when you can look at your strength and when people just kind of support you there instead of being a child and just like, oh, this is your weakness and you have to improve this. Yeah, so just like you are good at something and so you are allowed to do this would
Yeah.
be a much better way to be raised.
And I do feel like eventually you learn the things that you need to learn anyways.
Yeah,
Like
of
you can't
course.
escape doing taxes if you have to, because as an adult, like even if you hire an accountant, you need like the bare minimum things. So, a very bad example, but what I'm trying to say is what needs to be learned and what you will need at a skill, you will somehow figure it out and you
You
will
have
Yes.
do it as well.
Yes,
And
and also for like, I mean, yeah, typically taxes are really the example. As a dancer and I think as an artist, you have to know what you're doing with your taxes. Yeah, so you're going to learn it anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like all life skills that you need, cooking, this, that, maths, and all. And I also feel like a lot that we are taught in school, we don't really use directly. I
yeah.
mean, I've never used trigonometry in my life.
And I hate it.
I was
Actually, I
really good
hate
at
it.
maths and I loved solving those questions, but
Same.
very practically. I really haven't used those things. And yeah, I know it's important if it's your calling and if you get there. And I think having a bare minimum understanding of everything is also important. I just feel like we put too much time on a lot more things when, as a young person, you have so much capacity to grow, right? Like,
Yeah.
and being happy and joyous will give you the confidence to maybe do the other thing a little better as well. You can just push through. And then that would make it so much easier for you to feel like your purpose is easier to find because you already have an inclination about what makes you feel good. And then you can think about how you can bring it to the world in the right way. I feel
Yes.
like we are not set up to come to our purpose that easily just because of this system as well.
I mean, I kind of understand the approach they have at school. Like, just maybe you just need to know other stuff as well, so that maybe you can change what you're interested in, or you can just discover more that you're interested
Yeah.
in. But still, I think it's just the way they deal with it, or just like really saying it's your weakness, right? And
Yeah.
you
The
have to
mindset.
improve this, you
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
improve this, and you need to be good at this. Instead of just really showing the kids what is possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're raising average people. If you're doing it like they're doing it, you are raising average people because
Yeah.
when you don't focus on your strengths, you focus on your weaknesses all the time, and then you are like getting average. It's not nothing. You don't have even have the possibility to be extraordinary, because you need to focus on your strength and on your natural talents and improve them to be extraordinary and not average. And that's what they are doing, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's crazy, and they're always pointing to our mistakes. So in every test, everything we have at school, this is what you cannot do, instead of, look, this is what you can do already.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a mindset thing, yeah.
I was just thinking, should be something in between Harry Potter and the way we do it.
Like a
I mean,
sorting
in
hat.
Harry Potter, they are just sorting the kids very early, right? Due to their talents
Yeah.
and strength or personality types. And maybe, I mean, it's also too early because somehow I mean, just remember Snape. In his core, he could have been some other
Gryffindor. I'll
kind.
take you.
Yes, actually, he could have, actually, there was a lot of courage in him. And he was not really Slytherin, maybe. But so I think something in between, right? Just like strengthening the kids and their strength and their talents, but still giving them the opportunity to choose something different because you
So,
just
okay.
develop over the years. And
Yeah, and
even
then
if you have your talents and your, I mean, I just really I kind of got to this point, yeah, when I just did like the Malaka stuff and the singing and the dancing. And at some point, I got to this like, if you really want to be an artist, you have to accept certain things that come with being an artist, right? Like
Like
Yeah.
like
maybe
what?
financial,
Yeah.
maybe, but just maybe financial insecurity at some times, or even like just moving,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
having like
Performing
the,
in different
Yeah.
places.
and it was like, okay, are you the type of person who can do this or who likes to do this? And I think at younger ages, yes, I was like kind of okay with it, but over the years I was like, oh, I just want to settle down in some place. And so maybe it can just change, right?
What do you think is your purpose now, Tan? What are you working towards?
The thing is, there's still, oh, sorry. There's still something about reaching out to people and making the change. Because this was actually something about, it was never, when I wanted to do musical theater, it was, sure, as my dance teacher says, everyone who dances wants to be seen. But it was not so much about this part. It was about when I sat in a theater and saw the show on stage, they were just able to take me on this journey for this 2.5 hours and get me into this world.
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to be able to do. Just get the people and take them somewhere else, take their mind somewhere else, and yeah, bringing them new ideas from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what you were watching as show. But just this ability to make people happy for the next 2.5
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, because you just sit there and you just feel good. And this was the thing I wanted to be able to do.
Yeah.
Just take the people and make them feel good. So I became a doctor.
Yeah, but
Kind
that's
Well,
of
also what a
healing.
doctor does, or like
taking
they
away
are
pain
just
makes them
feeling
feel
bad
good,
when you
Tan.
are feeling
Good,
and then
yeah. And
you're
so,
feeling good
but
again.
the one extreme was like too autistic, and the other extreme is like too. Maybe it's just a system. Too much focus on just like dealing with diseases and symptoms.
Yeah.
We
So,
have to focus
still
again. Yeah.
somewhere on the search for the thing in between. But there is the purpose somewhere.
And basically, you know what the purpose is. You're just finding the outlet via which it needs to come out, right? So
Yeah.
it's, yeah, so it's a path. Purpose can also be a path. Yeah, it's lovely. What do you feel, Martina?
I'm confused.
Share your journey.
No, I'm really kind of on one hand I think I'm really good with children, working with children, because I'm very creative and stuff. And on the other hand, I'm also really good in doing some kind of coaching, like helping people to move on in their
Yeah.
journey, to solve some problems, some challenges, stuff like this, because I have a very specific point of view, yeah, and I'm very honest and direct and straightforward. This is what yeah, what people get when they ask me. So I'm also talented in like business stuff, also in leadership and stuff like this, because I really think this is kind of a natural talent I have, like something what you always say, a natural talent is something you did in a past life or in more past lives, because it comes so natural to me. I can really
Yeah.
feel it, and I've never done any training on it.
Yeah.
When I listen to some like leadership classes or whatever, they tell you what you need to do as a leader, and it's like I know it all. Yeah, I've never learned it, but I kind of know it, so it's a little strange. But I'm also kind of looking how to bring it together. So it's like,
Yeah.
for me, it's like really I have these two things where I know I'm good at, and I don't know how to make it work. Because I somehow feel that there is a connection. but I don't know where it is, so I have not found it yet. That's kind of the challenge I'm facing now. Yeah. So both feels good. Working with children feels really good, and it's lots of fun for me. And
Yeah.
I've been doing it for several years now, but it's like more or less two parts. So they are not like, it's not one thing. Yes, they are two separate things. Yeah, two separate things I love doing, but I somehow think it would be much better if it can come together somehow. But I don't know how yet. So honestly, I have no idea.
You coach kids to become leaders.
It's always about the how, right? So because we all have a feeling to
Yeah.
where to go. Or Anki does still have to tell us, but
Yeah,
I have too many things. I think just because I am so multi-passionate and there's so many things,
yeah,
my definition of purpose is just to be the best version of yourself that you could
yeah,
possibly be. And hence it keeps changing. So that includes everything, having the perfect balance in my life, having the perfect body vessel, healthy body vessel, having the way that the environment that I'm in, the people that I'm surrounded by, and also, and then that includes what I do, what I'm able to offer to the world, and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I need all of that, and
yeah,
everything around me and everything that I do has to come together to do that. So the achieving of that isn't in itself the purpose. I feel
yeah,
the journey is the purpose of
yeah,
getting there, because when I try to feel like, oh, if this one particular thing is my purpose, it just feels too alienating. So
yeah,
my purpose is to exist as the best version of me that I can be, and that changes from moment to moment. So but I really want to, I feel like, because like everyone, there's a lot that you go through in life, and I feel like people really learn when you're able to, when they're able to see others get over
yeah,
some similar
yeah,
things, right? So
absolutely.
modeling it for others, being able to hold space for that for others, those are the kind of things that I feel like are my purpose. If you can bring it out as a motivational, inspirational person, if you can do it with one-on-one engagement, if you can do it as coaching, if you
Yeah,
can do it as, I feel like I do it all the time with the people in my office, like when I'm
yeah,
speaking to them one-on-one, and they'll just bring up something, right? There's always something, like a female in my office just recently mentioned that, oh, she's independent, so she can't take gifts from her parents. I'm like, no. That doesn't, like, being independent also means that you know what your needs are and you're willing to receive. So it was like an a whole aha moment. It's also about equality, it's also about that. So just those kind of small moments also happen, and you feel like that's also aligned to your
yeah,
purpose. So
yeah,
taking the pressure off purpose is too much. The journey is the purpose.
yeah,
yeah. But
it's
that's nice.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's
But
very
Yeah.
beautiful.
but yeah, so yeah, so we have our purpose somehow.
So how do we get, or how do you try to get closer to your purpose, Tan? What do you do?
I think, I mean, I don't think it's really the best model. I'm kind of was a trial and error person,
Yeah,
right? Like just,
Yeah.
but then you had to try in some way
Yeah.
because otherwise you don't know if you like, yeah, if you can stand the negative parts about what you want to do. So
yeah,
if it's still important enough and if the
Yeah.
positive one is still stronger, so that you could keep going. And that's why I actually ended up being a doctor and still doing the whole musical theater thing and doing the yoga teacher thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and doing kung fu. Oh, okay, was all over the
And
place.
she has a few more things she's not talking about. Yeah, so
yeah, yeah, yeah. But we will come to it. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. We will come to it.
Really good. But somehow I think I needed to do all this to kind of discover what's for me or what's not for me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean it's okay, and because there are times when I think like, oh God, you did everything, and so where are you now? Yeah, it's not leading you anywhere, but it's not true, right? Because you still got skills that
yeah,
you applied, and you discovered a lot about yourself, and you still need it. At some
Exactly.
point, the
yeah,
things just come back, and you need them. Yeah. Like I just I actually because I just like after years I just went to ballet class 2 days ago, and I went.
Yay!
It was like, and it was so heartwarming because the first thing was like my ballet teachers were kind of all hugging me and were so happy to just see me again. And even my jazz dance teacher was just a really cool guy every time. Yeah, just like no emotions at all. He said, "Well, just save your emotions for dancing." And he was just like really hugging me in and like, "You're back," and I was like, "Yeah, am I back? Am I really back? Oh, whoa, not for your classes. You are just so no. I need to have some training before I join your class."
You advanced. You advanced.
So I have to get back in like dance shape. And they were still like, because when I left this dance studio back then, I was just starting giving yoga classes, and I wouldn't have been expecting they remembered, but they all did, because the first question were just like, "Are you still teaching?" And I was like, yeah. Back teaching. And just yeah, but so I just went in the ballet class and I expected it to be much worse, but I wasn't. Yeah, so my muscles are not there where they should be, but the technique is still there actually, and for sure the musicality and everything is still there. And my ballet teacher was, yeah, she just went like, "You see, it's still there." Everything is still there. And I was like, somehow I didn't expect it, but so yeah.
It's okay to take a break.
Yeah, it seems to be okay. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be okay if I was really an on-stage ballerina. Yeah, so but for getting back in and from, I don't know, somehow I just felt like I need to go back there,
Yeah.
and I need those skills.
I
Yeah.
think that's what's really, really important. When you feel the need to do something, you
Yeah.
have to do it. Only if to find out that you don't want to do it now. But if you like, in
Exactly.
the moment, if you feel I need to try something new, I need to get back to something old, I need to do something, just go and do it. You don't
Yes.
know where it will lead you. It's either you get back to it because you realize you totally missed it,
Yeah.
or it's just no, no,
Yeah.
it's not for me, or not now. And but you always have to do it. That's
Yeah, it's the bit about your soul calling as well, and it's also the bit
yes.
about if you stay in resistance, you're just wasting time. Like I was saying in the last episode as well, right? Like the best way to get me to not do something is to just let me do it, and I'll be done with it.
Yeah, but then you can just find out, right? Because I mean,
Yeah,
otherwise you kind of always have this thought, oh, what if? Yeah,
Yeah,
what if I
yeah,
tried? What if I?
yeah,
yeah,
And I mean, worst case would be you having a regret at some
yeah,
point in your
yeah,
life that
yeah,
you didn't
yeah,
try.
yeah.
So, but I guess we three are just a try it type of person.
And it's also a waste of energy if you always think
it
about it.
is.
As
It's
you
Yeah.
such an
can't, would
energy
it
leak.
be good? Wouldn't it be good? Would I like it? Would I not like it? That's a waste of energy to think about it.
Yeah.
Just do it
Just do
when
it.
you see it. Yeah,
If you
yeah,
can, just do it. Yeah,
yeah.
Just do
exactly.
it, and then you will know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many times you don't have the means to be able to do it, right? But you really want to do it. Then just holding the intention of having to do it or wanting to do it just creates that path. Somehow you just get gifted that experience, or
Yeah,
something else happens that allows you to have that experience,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you can decide if you need it or not. So,
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
resisting it is never going to help,
No.
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. I
Yeah.
do feel like whenever we talk about purpose, and all of us have different ways, and I'm sure everybody else has, and some of them have these definite ways of saying that this is it, this is it. Like, a lot of leaders, spiritual leaders, are like serving is all the only purpose that you have, or
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
somebody else would say something quite definitive that is supposed to be universal. My universal definition is just existing, is just being who you are is your
yeah, yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Like put it there, put it like that, and just keep trying to be that. And that will keep changing if it has to. If it doesn't, that's also okay. If it changes, that's also okay.
It's much easier, I think. It's really
Yes.
much easier because if you put it like my purpose is to serve, then it's like, yeah, in which way? how should I serve? Whom should I serve?
Yeah,
What
how
should I
can you
do?
serve?
It's
Because
making
that
it
also
much more
includes serving
complicated.
yourself. It should include, but you might not realize that and you
Yeah,
exclude
Yeah,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah. It's absolutely true.
true.
I think the bit about purpose also becomes very more eminent when you find yourself stuck in jobs that you don't want to do, or you're in situations where family settings or whatever, where you're doing things that you know you don't want to do. And I think that's coming back to the point that we were talking about resistance as well, right? Like when you're not listening to your soul calling, you have this
Yeah.
frustration and resistance coming back all the time. So allowing ourselves to actually just be who we need to be in that moment, that's the purpose.
I think I once listened to something and Sadhguru was saying something as well that was going in this direction because one of his listeners was kind of asking how to find the purpose, and he
Yeah.
was also going like everyone wants to find his purpose, but because sometimes when well people can do bad things as well out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
thinking its purpose, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of just be who you are and just enjoy life and just but live life and experience things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And not just keep thinking and thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
I
one
think
thing
it's
I
really
really like about
right.
Sadhguru talking is he always says you are responsible for everything.
Yeah.
For everything. So
Yes.
that means like everything around you, you're and it's a big concept, and I will not do justice
Mhm.
explaining it. So you guys should listen to him when he explains it. But like, yeah, do what you are doing, but the consequences are also yours. You
Hmm.
are responsible for that as well. So
You're,
that really balances it all out. Yeah.
yeah, you are creating your whole life.
Yeah.
You're manifesting it. You are creating your whole life. You've had since the day where you're born until the day you are gone from this physical, or you leave this physical body, however you wanna
Yeah.
take it. But we are creating our whole lives, 100% of it, if we like it or not. Everything is our creation. I think this really changes everything when you
Yeah.
think of it like this, and when you can accept it like this, it changes the whole life.
Yeah, and because it includes the negative and the positive. Yeah, you're not always causing positive things. You're also causing negative
Yeah,
things sometimes,
yeah,
directly or indirectly. Like
Yeah,
some people can
it
take it
just
as
happens.
envy, some people can take it as inspiration.
yeah,
So, but you're still responsible and you can
yeah,
do what you can in
Yeah.
that moment as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's
So
good to not take it as a pressure. But it's good to have it in your awareness. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So still in the end you can just be yourself.
Exactly.
And I think it makes it easier. Also, when we think about like this whole manifestation thing, yeah. When
Yeah.
you think about this, that you do it all
Mm-hmm.
the time, because everything which happens to you is like a creation of yourself.
Yep.
So it's like no, all we are all always waiting for the manifestations to come in, and we are like just thinking about the better job, or the great business, or a new house, or a new car, whatever. Yeah, we are always
Yeah.
thinking about the big things we want to have, and not that like it happens like every second. Yes. So
Yeah.
the three of us, we have manifested ourselves to be here together, but it took some action too. It's not just like
Yeah, exactly. Like we fight for it every day. It's hard.
yeah,
Like all of us have really full lives by God's grace, thankfully. And like making time for all this, it's a very intentional thing that we all have to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So purpose also requires work. Yeah, like you were
yeah,
saying, Martina. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's work you want to do, right?
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Now it all makes sense, right? When you're working towards your purpose, you don't feel as as oh, I'm tired, so I'll stop. I'm tired, but I'll still do a little bit. You still have, I'm tired, but I get too tired, so maybe I should exercise more so I have more energy.
Yeah.
So that being tired is motivating you to do something better rather than
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
I'll quit my job because it makes me
yeah,
tired.
yeah, totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And I think
So
that's the way how to go about purpose. Or I think there is no one in this world, not even Sadhguru, maybe he, I don't know, who wakes up one morning and says, that's my purpose. That's what I'm doing now. It's
I
not
get it.
happening like this. We all wish it would happen like this, but
Yeah.
it's not happening like this. It's just like, yeah.
And what
Yeah,
happens after you've reached that? Then you feel so purposeless. That makes no sense either. So, next purpose.
yeah. I think that's okay, right? It's just a
Yeah.
process. You
Yeah.
just develop and you just experience, and then you can get, okay, so I have to do something else.
Yeah.
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 And so it's all part of the whole journey.
It really is.
And who knows? I think somewhere there is a purpose, the big picture.
But I also think we are not supposed to know it like
Yeah.
yet or from one day to the other, because as you just mentioned before, Tan, we need skills. We need certain skills. So if we would be told our purpose at the age of 20, maybe we would not be able to do it, because we
Scared
need
shit.
to gain those skills. And when you know your purpose, then you're like, I need to live my purpose,
Yeah.
but you can't. Yeah, it's like you get depressed or whatever, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
now it's like doing certain jobs or trainings, classes, whatever we all do all the time. It's like it's necessary to gain all those skills to be able to fulfill the purpose, because whatever it is.
Yes,
You need
true.
skills.
And if you knew before, maybe you don't apply all these skills, right? Because with our human mind, when you say, okay, when in the end I have to do this, and maybe you just learn certain things because you think
Yeah,
this is
you're
what it
right. Yeah.
requires, but you don't get the whole stuff, all what you need in the end,
Yeah.
all skills, because you cannot think of all skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. We are not smart enough to do it. We always think we are, yeah. Or we always think we are the smartest, but we are not. We are not.
And also, if you had all that, then where is the potential to growth? And like,
Yes.
it's done then. Like, that's also
Yeah.
boring.
So I'm 25. I'm done now.
Let's go. Or like, bring on the next purpose. This
Yeah.
one is done. Thank you so much for listening, guys. This was me, Ankita,
Martina,
And Tan.
and we
and
are
we are three girls.
one mic.
And still no banana ice cream. We really have to work on this. Okay.
If you enjoyed listening to this video, guys, we have another one that you might really like. It's called How to Get Out of Rut. Do go give it a listen as well and let us know your thoughts. Till then, bye bye.
See you again. Bye.
Bye.